Welcome to the first of our interior reveals for Bayview One. Today we're walking you through the entry, living room and dining room spaces. When you open the front door, you're basically greeted by this really wide entry.
3-meter ceilings downstairs as well, so it feels very generous. And you need to have that on these small lot homes. They're quite narrow, so we just really accentuated the volume.
So the brick wall essentially from the exterior carries right through the entry. That was really important to us that we brought a part of the exterior architecture through to the interior.
The bricks here is a continuation from the front portico all the way through here, but we just wanted that continuation from outside inside and just a sense of space. So definitely think we've achieved it. Once we get our furnishings and dressing of this space, it'll be a really, really nice entry.
We highlighted that with a couple of beautiful anchor ceramic sconces from Janie Collins. So we worked with Janie Collins, who specialises in Australian designers. So we worked closely with them to select a whole heap of lighting and feature lighting for the interior. And then straight ahead, we have a beautiful piece of art from Georgie Wilson, which really suited our family perfectly, being a water-loving family. Over on the left, we've got a cute little round mirror from Beatrice Rowe, which was designed for Grazia, and it sort of doubles as a mirror / sort of hanging coat rack. So yeah, bit of cute, bit of fun.
So as you turn the corner from the entry, it really starts to open up. We designed a really large void, again, just to accentuate the volume of these small lot homes. We installed a timber cladding, a vertical timber cladding.
What we've done is we've basically got this tongue and groove cladding, and we got an extra groove or a rebate put in it just to make these little flat sections here a lot more consistent with the front and exterior timber ceiling cladding that we're getting made out of blackbutt.
We've concealed a few service areas. So we concealed the laundry, concealed the powder room, and concealed the storage behind this timber cladding. And then around the stairwell, we introduced that timber cladding as well. But on the one wall up into the void, we carried that timber cladding up, and it just, again, accentuates the height, and then up into the beautiful V-luxes that are letting all that natural light in.
Maybe you want to talk about the powder room?
Yeah, the powder room's typically a fun space. So it's one of those areas that punch above its weight in terms you can spend a little bit extra money in it because it is a smaller space. The tapware we used from Sussex, their Circa range. And with the tiles, we used a Japanese mosaic from the Inax range from Artodomus. And then we had a beautiful solid surface vanity benchtop made, and it's a star on bright white product. We can shape it. We can integrate sinks or basins to it completely seamlessly. You know, it's one of our favorite products.
So just to mix things up a little bit, we did a cute little Muto mirror and then mounted a Volker Hague wall sconce on the wall. We did the discus sconce, which has this cute little, it adds a little bit of a brass element to the space, which is super cute.
A little bit of natural stone to highlight it as well. The flooring that we decided with was mechanically polished concrete. It was just a standard blend, obviously the right MPA for polished concrete floors, but we thought the floor could have felt too dark for the palette that we were going with, so we decided to get some washed white quartz and basically sprinkle it through the concrete slab while the concreters were screeding, and we're pleasantly surprised with the end product.
Exciting morning this morning. We have fine weather and the slab is going down. So we got cancelled last week because a heap of rain come through, but blue skies are back and the slab's going down. Happy days. So you can see here, Steve from Pour and Polish Concreting is just flicking out the white quartz on the slab. We just went with the normal blend from Boral. but we wanted just some white highlights. So we just throw in some white quartz over the top and the boys will float that in.
Moving into the living area, we ummed and ahed whether we were going to do a fireplace for some time.
Ummed and ahed, or was this one of our little arguments?
I'm so glad we did.
You'd think as designers, when designing an interior, you'd think we would have it all sorted, but this house has developed along the way once we've started to get a feel for the interior, and we have another addition. So the fireplace here was an afterthought. It's something that Alyssa always wanted.
We decided to go with it. We did a loopy gas fireplace, and then we did, again, using an offcut of the marble from the kitchen, we carried a beautiful marble plinth across the base of that.
Again, it just wanted to keep it simple. We definitely didn't want to over-design it, so the texture in the brick, the beautiful stone, was just highlighting that as well.
So let's talk furniture. When planning any room, firstly we look at spatial planning just to ensure the room flows. So we ducked into Jardin on a Saturday one day, and the kids literally just ran in and jumped on the Valley sofa. I loved the form and the shape of it, and I just also love the fact that the kids can just jump on and off it, and I'm not sitting there and fluffing and fixing up cushions and the upholstery. So yeah, it ticked all the boxes for me, and as I said, love the form and the shape. So that was essentially our kicking off, or our starting off point for the space. So to break up the solidness of the sofa, we wanted to do like a beautiful textural rug that still had, I guess that was still neutral, but still had a bit of a pop of colour. So we picked a sort of vintage rug and then layered that up with a nice coffee table from Engold.
Yeah, the coffee table from Engold's got these two beautiful travertine bases, round bases, damn heavy, but and then with a clear top. So it allowed us not to bring in another block heavy product, and we could just see through that and see the beautiful rug that we had.
Yeah, it adds a solidness to the space, but still quite transparent and light. And then we selected a Formu occasional chair, which adds like a timber accent to the space and has a beautiful boucle fabric.
So moving over to the dining area, this space is really all about the void. It's huge.
Yeah, it really called for something, I guess, large in the area because of the simple volume.
Yeah.
So we decided to drop a pendant down, and we went with this beautiful Japanese lantern, or Japanese-inspired lantern, I should say, from 2021, which, yeah, we actually looked at quite a lot of pendants and ended up going with this one, and we love it. At the base of that, we've got obviously the dining table, which we did in a beautiful oak, and we went with the Thonnet chairs, which I just love the classic shape and the rattan of those. So yeah, the space is nice and large, plenty of room for entertaining and guests, and obviously family dinners.